This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
In news from the courts, a shackled 21-year-old Patrick Ferguson stood before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson-Pratt this afternoon on murder charges. Ferguson's the alleged culprit behind the October 10th killing of Romeo Lines. According to reports, Lines was at the time standing outside a home on Gamble Heights when the occupants of a gray vehicle pulled up and opened fire in his direction, wounding him before speeding away. He was rushed to hospital where he died. As customary, Ferguson was told he was not required to enter a plea and bail was denied. Ferguson's scheduled to spend the Christmas holiday behind bars as he's due back in court on January 24th, 2020. That's when he'll be served with a voluntary bill of indictment. A security guard ends up on the wrong side of the law and he's paying the price for it. 1 week after being taken into custody for possession of stolen goods, Sean Wallace was today formally charged with the crime. He pleaded guilty to unlawful possession and was fined $500. That money is to be paid by Monday, December 9th, or Wallace could be spending 3 months behind bars. Ironically, a corrections officer also appearing before a magistrate on drug possession charges, along with 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and another 2 counts of assault with a dangerous instrument. Jermaine Moss was taken to the Supreme Court to apply for bail. We can also tell you a 40-year-old man from Market Street was arrested over in Abaco in connection with a series of break-ins on that island, as well as Freeport. He's expected to be arraigned as well. Police looking to get to the bottom of a stabbing and shooting, both occurring around the same time, the former in the Big Yard, Andros. According to police, 2 men got into an altercation when one stabbed the other. The injured was rushed to the Fresh Creek Clinic and later airlifted here for further medical attention. No word on his condition, but officials tell us the man shot while standing in the area of a business in Chippingham late Saturday night is serious but stable. The hunt's on for the culprits behind both crimes. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Carl Bethel appointed Deputy Chair of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. It's an organization of 25 member states and territories of the Caribbean Basin that have agreed to implement common countermeasures against money laundering and terrorism financing based on the Financial Action Task Force 40 recommendations. A CFATF meeting was held this past August, at which time the Council of Meetings selected Mr. Bethel as deputy for a 12-month term that begins in November. He's also to assume the chairmanship of the CFATF November 2020 until November 2021. The Bahamas gets a $100,000 check to help fund its participation in next year's Dubai Expo, and on the giving end is alive. The funds are to be used toward the development of the Bahamas Pavilion that will showcase the country's resilience in the wake of Dorian and what it has to offer the global community. The 6-month expo, Connecting Minds, Creating the Future, runs October 2020 to April 2021 and will feature 180 countries and attract 25 million visitors. In accepting the donation, the Prime Minister stressed the importance of public and private sector partnerships. He also urged Bahamas Pavilion organizers to the opportunity to remind the world that the Bahamas is still open for business following Dorian's passing. A check on sports is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.